What's up, jobbers, and welcome to the latest edition of the Jobber Knocker podcast. As always, is Nestlemania alongside for the ride as a man that has a worse prison tattoo than Dom and Cody, JC.
I just can't show you mine because it's in a place that you don't love to see, but you're not going to get the chance until I get my OnlyFans someday.
Might I say hashtag tramp stamp?
Maybe it's on the other side.
By the way, just to kick off with the tattoo talk, I could not find Cody Rhodes' neck tattoo temporary thing anymore. I don't know if they got rid of it. It very much upset me, but they have plenty of.
My guess is it's sold out, like everything else Cody Rhodes on that fucking website.
Oh, he said Daddy's here. Stoop's here. This should be good. I wonder if Dom will be here. Anywho, we have a lot of wrestling talk to get to, bruv. Let's get into it.
Oh, we're gonna get forbidden. Don't you worry. We'll get forbidden later in the program because we always like to open doors and get forbidden, I guess. But no, we're gonna start in the Shine, Nestlemania, like we always do. Always in the Shine, Mandy Rose. Not on TV anymore, but she did do a collab with Paige Van Zandt that I'm sure a lot of you would like to check out. Me as well. But you know, that's either here nor there. But Nestlemania, one thing that I did check out on Raw this week was, first of all, Raw was a really good show. We kind of talked about that before the show, and we agree. It was a really good show. But one thing that stood out to me and where I want to start, because I want to make a statement. I want to really put my stamp here because I thought this was something that I was worried about WWE failing to do, but they did not do it. And I'm going to the women's tag team division because it's a much maligned division, has been pretty much this whole thing. Ronda and Shayna became the champs last week, and them as champions gives a lot of opportunity. And well, the opportunity this week fell on the doorstep of Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. I guess I can't wait to how much we talk about this, and you're going to hear Nestle just like it's going to be like Dax and Dash all over again. But that's a little preview for when I let him talk. But they got the vignette earlier in the night, and I was like, okay, I've been waiting for this. They got drafted. We hadn't really seen them. Then they get a backstage segment with Ronda and Shane, and I was like, oh, okay. You know what? I'm worried what might happen if they have a wrestling match, but I like this. And then Nestlemania, they had a wrestling match. And you know what happened when I was watching that match? I was like, holy shit. Women's Tag Team Wrestling is getting time on WWE television. It's a Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler match, and I'm not bored or laughing. And Kaden and Katana, who have been in developmental for a while, they've been working really hard. They're obviously side-shamers like Nestle, probably like didn't believe in them, but they're very talented, and I thought they showed out in this match. I love this match. I thought Ronda and Shayna looked great in this match, and I was like, holy shit, we might have something here. And you know what? It's one of those things which, might be a theme for a few things on the show where you can lose and come out a bigger winner than you ever could have imagined. I thought everything they did with this program all night was great. I thought it was a great way to introduce them, let them fail, now you can build them back up. I hope that was foreshadowing, and that's the big upset whenever this reign ends, is that Kaden and Katana get the titles.
So before we hit record here, I was going to give them my comeback because I thought this was an important step in the right direction, but JC wanted to start the show off with this, so I will then bow to the JC. Because we do bow to JC on this program. Father, Son, and the Holy water bottle over there. So
as long as you don't steal my goddamn chairs, you're on my good list. So
that's an inside joke for two. So listen, I'm gonna get you a gaming chair, a nice gaming chair.
That's kind of what my desk chair is here at home, but I'm talking about the office.
No, I know. Let's not get into that because that's I don't want to get you in trouble. Anyway, I was excited to see Shayna and Ronda out there, and like I said last week, I think it was bears repeating here when they had the promo backstage. Ronda, of course, sticks her nose in and has a halfway decent rebuttal, but Shayna carried that promo, and I was like, all right, we made it through. And then the Rave Girls went coming in. I thought they were going to look like buffoons in the promo. They did not. They kept it short and sweet, which again, everybody involved needed to keep it short and sweet. And then, of course, they're short and sweet. And then they got in the ring, and then they actually did a very good job, which I was surprised with. I like their finish. I'm glad they hit their finish because that was important to let everybody know, hey, this is a really fucking awesome finish.
Without pausing, say their names.
What?
Without pausing, say their names. Go.
Oh my god, I can't do it. It's Chance and Katana. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I almost gave you credit. He literally we've
talked
about them several times, and he continues
Carter
to call
and
them
Chance.
Katana and Chance.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
And then he goes, "Oh, actually, no, it's Caden and Carter."
Yeah. It's honest to God. This is the problem I have with WWE naming their fucking shit. It is the names they make, like fucking Von Wagner. Like the names are just like, they don't roll off the tongue, like Katana Chance or whatever. Like, what are we doing here? Like, just fucking call him Carter.
I think it's a pretty cool name.
No, but it's just hard.
Her original name was Casey Catanzaro, but she was part of the name change, and Caden Carter, that's a pretty normal name.
All I'm saying is it's
the KKs. That's what we call them.
For someone that is clearly on an uphill battle when it comes to vowel sounds, I'm screwed. Make it easy on me. A name shamer. We're in 6 minutes into this program. We got our first shamer. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Danny. And go fuck yourself, by the way. But seriously, I loved this tag match, and I was excited it wasn't just one segment either. It was multiple segments, and they got fucking time. And now that we know that they're going to be on our TV every week, and here's the other thing too. This was something that rang in my head. We've talked about this before about Shayna Baszler. By herself, you ever seen it by herself? Not impressive. But then when you see her with Ronda, you're like, hey, both of them are tolerable in spurts. And this works in spurts. Hot tag, here we come. Bump and feed. And then they fucking choke somebody out. We're done. I didn't like the tap out. I thought that kind of sucked. I would have liked to see her go to sleep, but that's beside the point.
You can't do it all the time. And I didn't mind it because it was one of those times where I'm looking at the tap out and I'm like, I didn't feel like they were weak because everything else was so good. So I thought I was okay with it. I would have liked the pin better, but we get it. They're submission specialists. So.
All right. Anyway, again, A+ effort there. Do you want to stay on Raw? Because there's a lot of good stuff on Raw.
Yeah, let's do it. Where do you want to go next?
I was actually really, really enjoying KO backstage with Imperium and then right into Gunther. And I cannot tell you how much I thought I wasn't going to enjoy this. And then my Twitter feed, because here's the thing, like Gunther, I have a love-hate relationship with Gunther where like, he's clearly a fantastic wrestler. He's just not for me. He's just not somebody that's a Nestle guy. So, the fucking roof is fucking
because he's from Europe. We get it. Yeah.
No, but anyway, that match was fucking incredible. And I think that might be like when you put on a best of Raw somewhere, that has to be included into it. And I think here's the reason why I loved it. The backstage segment was kind of like whatever, it's Kevin Owens doing like, Kevin Owens stuff, but the match itself just fucking, you nailed it on the head when you talked about the tag team. Sometimes you come out better with an L than you do a W. And this right here should be studied by anybody that wants to get into the wrestling business, that anybody's on the lower end of the card, anybody everywhere. It was incredibly great. And I think that that's the part that people need to realize is that it fucking slapped and it chopped and it fucking chopped and chopped and chopped and chopped. So I am excited, but here's the thing. Is Riddle gonna be the guy?
Here's the thing with Riddle, Nestle. How often do we say that Riddle had a bad match? Almost never. And a guy like Gunther, the way those two are going to fucking beat the shit out of each other, are you kidding me? I think that match, this match or series, whatever it is, like, I don't have any doubt in my mind they're going to be good. It's just, can you tolerate the fucking Riddle jokes around Imperium? That's all.
The other thing, too, is, this isn't just the reporting happening here, but this is, we're in serious territory here. We're about 90 days out from beating the Honky Tonk Man. So I imagine by September, we're still going to have Gunther be the IC champion just to beat the fucking thing because he's doing phenomenal. But I agree with Dom. Badass Riddle without the fucking, like, last night when he beat up both Imperium people, I was like, okay, less haha, more serious Riddle, I'm okay with. Like, you can joke all you want. You can have gears like Kurt Angle, right? But Kurt Angle could switch that, and be into fucking coked out fucking meth head fucking just, I'm gonna snap and fucking kill you. You know what I mean? He was on Percocet a lot. But anyway, Percocet. Anyway,
I love when you know songs.
Me? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be white, but I'm not clear. So it's fine. Bertsky, how's your chair? What does he know about the chair?
He might know about the chair. We
Oh,
might have bonded
Jesus
over
Christ.
some work chair issues, but yeah, no, it's
Oh my
it's a
God.
thing. I filled Nestle in before the show.
It's a private matter.
You don't fuck with my chairs at work, because you know what? If not, I don't know if the back crack is in the chat yet. He's gonna be writing me a goddamn doctor's note, and I'm gonna make sure that chair stays in my goddamn office.
But is he a real doctor?
He's a doctor of the back, which is all I care about, because you know what? That other chair that I had, it did more harm than good. And I'm not afraid to fight for there's not many things I need from my place of employment, but that goddamn chair is very important.
All right. Anyway, way off the rails here with your chair talk. Is there anything else you want to talk about the Shineworthy?
Yeah, speaking of chairs, there weren't many on Monday Night Raw, but Nestlemania, I will say, we've gone into this program this far. And three of my favorite things, actually, were in the ring at the same time, because not only did we have a Miz TV featuring Cody Rhodes, I'm already wet, and you want to make me a fucking fountain? You bring out Dominic Mysterio and let him go back and forth and call Cody a deadbeat dad. Like, this is perfect, because I'm thinking about this and I'm going, man, we know we're probably not getting Brock for a little bit, which I'm okay with. Let it cool off, finish off the trilogy, but it's like, if that's not till SummerSlam, that's the end of August. We got a long goddamn time. Who could go out there with Cody and just like be someone that could match up with him on Monday Night Raw? Well, they're not doing Gunther or Seth Rollins yet. So after that, there's only one other man on that list, and that is Dominic Mysterio, the best heel in wrestling, period. That motherfucker, man. I don't know how many times we've seen it with these segments, with him just not being able to talk because of the booze, and then him powering through the booze. It's impressive. This kid is awesome. Cody is obviously awesome. Cody is going to get the best out of him, I think, in this feud for however long it is. But what I would also like to see happen with this feud is, like, I think you got to have these guys in and around Money in the Bank too somehow, because I need to be teased that fucking Dom Mysterio could have that briefcase. I need it. Even if they're not going to do it, I need to be teased. I need my whistle wet with the possibility that Dominic Mysterio could be Mr. Money in the Bank.
I don't think they're going to do it. I like it.
Yeah, because
I don't think they're going to.
They should.
I just think
I apologize to all the cats out there.
Cats are wonderful. I'm a cat person sometimes. Anyway, Miz TV, it was a great decision to have it right at the beginning of the second or third hour there. And just the little things that Cody could do. He called him Mike. He said, please don't call me Mike. First name last name Miz. And then they'd had the tiny balls joke. It took balls, like just effortless, just between the two. And then like Jerry Springer, he comes out with the surprise guest. And then Mommy gets in the middle of the slap. And then there's the fucking TikTok video with the, whoa, I just slapped Cody Rhodes. Like, there's so much here that I was just like, what a great stopgap. What a great little just mini feud to get there. It's ridiculous. So it's wonderful that this is happening. I just don't know exactly where we're going to go with this after that. Danny saying Nestle likes cacks. I was ready to call him a pussy shamer. All right. Well, sorry to upset you. So. Dom asks a real question. Is having their qualifying match at Money in the Bank a bad idea? So I don't think they're going to allow a qualifying match the night of. I imagine.
No, it'd have to be before. And that's why I think you could kind of stretch this feud out if somehow they both got into Money in the Bank. And because then obviously you could do their matches at whatever's in between Money in the Bank and SummerSlam.
There isn't any.
That's fine. Do it on TV then. I don't care.
I feel like this is good enough to be at Money in the Bank.
Oh no, 100% is. I mean, we're talking about the number one baby face in wrestling, the number one heel in wrestling. Like, it just, as weird as it is to say that, like, it just, in terms of reaction. I mean, Roman's obviously a top heel.
The thing that I think might need extra help, whether it's a producer or Cody or Gaga or whatever. Dominic on the mic against Cody will work, but Dominic in the ring, I do feel like there's a bit of a slight concern on my part, being like, Cody's so much further up here, Dom's here. He can help him get there.
Well,
but it's going to be a lot.
The thing that I differ with you on that is for a different reason, because I know you're referring to in-ring ability, and I don't see that as an issue because I think Cody's fought worse and I think Dom's fought better and it's been fine. I think Dom can elevate and Cody can do what he has to do to help him elevate. What I'm more worried about is that obviously Cody right now is fucking Superman. The only way Brock beat him is because he has a broken fucking arm. Besides that, and besides Roman Reigns cheating, Cody Lander's fucking just zapping all these people to smithereens. He 3-0'd Seth Rollins, who's now your Cody Consolation Prize heavyweight champion. So the issue that I have is Dom is seen as a sniveling little shit. Yes, he has some wins, but it's like he literally hides behind mommy. So it's like, how do you make it so I can believe? You know what I mean? And obviously you can do all the gaga and Dom's going to pull some bullshit and Cody will still have the arm injury, but I'm more worried about that than the actual in-ring ability.
I think because there's not going to be another feud, like another match right away. Like this is just kind of like an appetizer till we get to Brock in like a month and a half. I'm okay with it not having a lot. Like, I feel like all it's going to take is, okay, he slapped him 1 week. He might re-injure his arm the next week. He might have a comment about his wife the next. Like, I feel like we'll get there. And I'm okay with it, because keeping Cody away from Money in the Bank, to me, I know you want him to win, but I feel like at this point, there's one singular focus for Cody, and that is to get back to Roman Reigns. And we can talk about that at some point, but I just feel like that's where we are, and that's where we're going to be.
How would you feel about Rhea Ripley defending her title against Brandy Rhodes?
Well,
I know our boy the Joe Stopper would love that, because he is the biggest Brandy Rhodes wrestling fan in the world. That's all he was. His worst day of his life is when she would no longer wrestle in AEW.
I'll say this much
with that, the unequivocal fact.
I will say this much about Brandy. As long as she stays still, she's great. The end. That's it. Motion, not for me. Once she stalks, I'm done. Blasphemy. Yeah. There it is. Blasphemy.
He's talking about you, by the way, not me.
No,
everything I said is true. He's saying your shaming of Brandy is blasphemy.
No.
But we're gonna move on, so Nestle can't come up with some lame brain excuse. Anything else, Roger? We jump to SmackDown.
We'll just go with whatever you want, pal.
Okay, well, know what I like, Nestlemania? Yeah! LA Knight's in Money in the Bank. Yeah! Now we can only be disappointed when he loses. Yeah! But it doesn't matter because LA Knight's getting a chance. Yeah!
There's an outside shot he wins, though.
Of course, he's in the match. Anyone in that match could win.
I mean, I don't think Santos has a real shot at winning.
He's not in the match yet, so
he will be.
Probably
He will be. It's just he's in there for obvious reasons. But like, yeah,
because I can already see them doing with the field. Is I like what they're doing, because I feel like especially the last couple of years, it's been a lot more of like the already there guys. I think they're getting back to the roots of Money in the Bank, which is like what you like to say, the glass ceiling guys, whether it's the guys like Ricochet and Nakamura, who may have been around but haven't broke through, or the young guns, like an LA Knight, who's, I'm just calling him a young gun, but like a more of a newcomer type thing. And then obviously like the Bronson Reed thing is in and around it too. We think he could probably maybe snake his way in, but I kind of like that it's more of those guys. Santos falls in that category as well. Than just like if they went just like straight out, like we've seen a lot of those like more people who have already done it when there's, you know what I mean? So
no, I get you. I'm curious to see who kind of ends up at the end of the field there, because I'm not necessarily in love with the idea of like having somebody that's been there anymore in it for me. Like, that turns me off as a fan. I'd rather just see these people who continue to like scratch and claw all the way, like a Ricochet and all these other great guys. The minute they put somebody in there like an Edge or something, then just I can't do it. Like, I'm done. Like, I immediately get nervous that they're going to give a briefcase to somebody that doesn't deserve it. And right now the field's fine. I'd be fine with it. But as it fills out on both sides, I'm just like, I don't know how we feel about it.
Yeah.
Crack. He's a ego right there. Joe says you're bound to crack your neck with every time you do the LA Knight. Yeah. So there you go. So see, oh, you guys are talking about the Frank belt. I don't know what that is, but do you know what that is?
Frank belt. Oh, well, no, we have. He's referring to the name of the title. Which we have not got there yet, Doc. We are still in the shine, but I might need a doctor's note from you. We'll talk later. But we're still in the shine. So as you can tell by the title, how we feel about that belt. We haven't got there yet. But I will say the other thing I liked on SmackDown is, the segment, it got kind of stupid, but I refuse to put my arrogant Aussie in the heat. So I will say Grayson Waller have another Grayson Waller effect was shine for me. What happened after that? Yeah, you can decide if we discuss it now or not. But I just want to put Grayson Waller in the shine because I'm glad that his talk show is becoming like the show for SmackDown. I like that because I think that's a good way to introduce him and let him slowly snake his way in everyone's minds.
I'm going to leave it at that. So,
okay.
Nestle needs a doctor's note for his face. Thank you. Appreciate that.
He said you ugly.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, Mr. Backcracker, if I had a dog like you, I'd shave its ass and make it walk backwards. Okay? That's how ugly you are. All right? Moving on. So, let me see if I have anything else here. We didn't talk about, so let's break off because I think this is a great way to get over the fence here.
Yes, I know what you're going to do because I agree. Everything that happened after we took a pee on a nice piece of hardware was very good.
Yes. So let's discuss that very quickly. The bloodline in shambles here. We have the Jimmy and Jay interrupting, even though Pierce guaranteed they weren't going to come out. Obviously, it's wrestling. Security guards are terrible. So they come out, they do their thing. And of course, then we have, the ultimatum, if you will. And then Solo says, you are my tribal chief, but they're my brothers. They all seem to be on the same line. And then, of course, there's the big hug and then the fucking thumb on good old Jimmy boy. And it looks like we're off to the races. And then they end SmackDown with what's going to happen with Jay. He'll fall in line like usual. Somebody had a great meme that said, Jay Uso hasn't been happy for 3 years. And it showed like before and after. And I was like, holy shit. Like
that. Well, I will say this. There was a short time he was happy. And it's when he was with his pal, Sami Zayn.
Right. But that could have been fake. You never know. You never know. All I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. But anyway, I think it unravels into a tag match. There is the idea of everything here that goes on with, could it be Jimmy versus Roman? I doubt that, especially since Solo put his hands on his brother.
It's a tag match at Money in the Bank, I would think. Or maybe at SummerSlam. If Roman's at Money in the Bank, I think it happens there, but we'll see.
We got to get this over with because if he keeps not defending the championship, then what the fuck's the point of having it? But whatever. I know it's the same song and dance every single time we fucking talk about it, but it's fine. It's fine. Anywho, now get him off my TV, get him off my TV, get him off my TV. Folks, look. So the positive, as we tiptoe into the heat here, there's one championship now, hopefully.
I mean, there is. The problem is they took the new championship and they dropped it into a very dehydrated man's toilet, left it there for about a week, and then pulled it out and called it Frank. I
don't understand that, but
yeah, no, it's better if you don't.
Okay. Well, I thought it looked more like the Nathan's Hot Dogs championship. When I saw that, I laughed pretty hard at that. Also, it's not even gold. It looks like someone had just like took a kid's poster board and put the W behind it. You know what I mean? Like it just looked weird to me. It's like if a kid macro made a fucking championship for me. Like it literally looked like that. It didn't make any sense. Someone else had AI had some wonderful designs. Then somebody had a great point here, at least for me. If he's Roman Reigns and he has such a stud like fucking reign, why doesn't he have a custom made championship and they keep the whole championship the same, except they take the Roman Reigns logo and make it fucking diamonds in the middle? And I was like, that's fucking beautiful. I don't know why they didn't do that.
Version of the spinner belt. I wouldn't hate that because I still have an issue with it. Is that he won both those titles separately and they are two different titles, and I think that's why I didn't mind him carrying around the two. Because it was like he won these separately. And my reasoning why, if Cody were to win it, then he could do a new design with one title is because he won them as one. But it just bothers the thing that's always going to bother me. I've been saying this since fucking way before WrestleMania. Like when he does, he won those separately. So for him, it's weird for me to watch him be okay with this because He's a guy that has dominated and literally taken everything and worked his ass off to be the guy, become the undisputed champion, have those 2 belts represent that. They obviously add a new championship. So he's not happy with it because he's like glaring at it, but it's like he's okay now that they're just combining his 2 championships to count as one. And now there's another one on the other show that he can't have. It's for me, the way Roman thinks and how meticulous he is and how much of an ego he has and how much he wants all the power he has. For me, that doesn't line up with his character that he'd like celebrate this fucking pissy piece of metal. Like, and I don't know. There's going to be a disconnect. That might just be a me problem. That's fine. But that's the disconnect for me. What it looks like, I shit on titles all the time. A lot of title designs, like they've done them all at this point. So it's like you always try something new. They don't always work out. The color was just a weird choice for me. I don't know. It was a weird choice.
So to jump back with what you said a couple minutes ago, there's a great diagram. I really should have kept it and brought it up to show you because it will illustrate better than I can ever talk about it. But basically it showed the heavyweight championship and the WWE world title and how it combined into the WWE championship. And then they had so that died and became its one championship. And then it was like, okay, now we split the 2 championships into Universal. And then it became one fucking championship again into a piss champion. Like it makes no fucking sense because the lineage, if you look at it, is the World Heavyweight Championship combined from years ago. So it's just bizarre. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's ugly and it's just convoluted. And I think it's just, you put yourself in a tough spot and the championship says undisputed on it. And that fucking grinds my gears.
It's not undisputed anymore because you have another world champion on the other show. Like it's one of those, the undisputed championship was when he held both belts because he was the champion of both shows. And it was undisputed because he won his from whoever it won it from. I don't even remember. And then he won the other one from Brock Lesnar in the biggest main event in WrestleMania history, as they fucking told us. So that's the problem I have with it. It's just an inconsistency for WWE, which usually with major things they do a good job with, but we discussed all this. We've been discussing for months. This was always going to be an issue. There was no way out of it. They're just putting Band-Aids on the mess and moving on, and majority of people aren't going to give a shit. But guess what? We care about the details. I like things to make sense, and it doesn't make no goddamn sense, and I don't like my intelligence being insulted.
We don't let things get stolen. We don't let things go in the knocker here. That's for sure.
Not with my intelligence and not with my chairs.
There's a joke in there somewhere that I'm not smart enough to make, but it's there. I'm going to design a poster where it's tables, ladders, and chairs, and everybody's just taking your chairs.
And stairs.
And stairs. I forgot about Eric Rowan. And Joe Pollock with a worse dad joke than me. More like undebluted. Am I right?
Undisbluted.
That's a rough one. That's a rough one. That's a rough one.
It was definitely a Nestle joke, but I'll give Joe more credit because he's a big Brandy Rhodes fan.
Why do you always put me below everybody else? Like, am I the lowest tier of everything?
Well, when you shame as many things as you do.
I haven't shamed that many things. We're 27 minutes into this program, and I haven't done anything.
I'm sure Danny has a list, so I wouldn't test him. It was just like last week when you were talking about how you had something joke example from 5 minutes before, and it was mwah. So be careful.
Not smart enough is the understatement of the century. Appreciate that, pal. It's a blue brand, Adam. Who the fuck is Adam? That's what I gotta say about that.
And it is. He's right. It's blue.
I get that. I get it. It's just hard to say. Undebluted. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, as we know, you have trouble saying a lot of things today, Mr. Katana and Chance.
Flip-flop and flop-a-flop, Carter Chance, and all that shit.
Oh, I meant to say this earlier because there was a point. I was watching the Ronda Rousey promo, and I really thought she was going to fucking say gumption because there was an opportunity where it would have fit, and she didn't say it. And I was like, God damn it. I really wanted her to say gumption because I wanted you to come on today. I wanted to ruin all the goodness they did just because she said gumption.
I'm right there with you. We're on the same
You know what I'm talking about, right? Like
yes.
she's leaning. I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna say it, and then she didn't say it.
She said courage and then stupidity, and they went back and forth, and I was just like, gumption, God damn it, gumption, and it didn't fucking happen. So I understand completely. That joke is so old, but it's still fucking. It hits right here. I have apparently Nestle has a hard time saying Rogaine.
No, we're back to the hair. We're back to the hair.
He keeps it, right in his wheelhouse. He's so short that he's only got a small wheelhouse. So that's what he's fucking hitting at. And he might as well be in a little person's league. He's so fucking tiny. I'm surprised when he back cracks your back. Does he stand up on a stool or a ladder? He's tiny. He might be from the.
I literally don't want to tell you because
he
it's just
sits on the stool. He sits on the stool.
No, he doesn't. He has to climb on top of me to do it.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh my God. The visual of that is hysterical to me. Just him trying to, trying to get up there. He's just climbing up there like the little munchkin he is.
He cracks much bigger men than me. So
I'm sure he's very good at his job. He just needs a little oomph with his step. I'm going to buy him a step stool, the little guy. Anyway, let's move on to other things that upset most of us. Height shamer. Thanks, Danny. Right on schedule. There he is.
Well, Nestlemania, I can't believe we're about to do this, but you haven't brought them up, and I know why you haven't, because we had a 3-segger 6-man tag match, but it involved the Yes Boys.
This hurt my heart and my brain at the same time because I love Pretty Deadly. I actually don't mind the pairing of Pretty Deadly and Austin Theory. I think Pretty Deadly could actually help Austin Theory a little bit here, so I'm okay with it.
He can help him get heat. So
watching the fucking clubbering from 3 angles was great with the fucking bows. That was awesome. But like, it's a fucking 6-man. Like, come on. Like, it sucks. 6-man suck no matter what you do. I will say the ending, again, a little bit of nugget of faith in the tag team division, especially with Pretty Deadly. The fucking apron over the face. They got the wrong guy, quick cheating pin, and we win. Like, I love that. I
love that they're getting the Bella Twins treatment, by the way, because the twin magic thing was like my favorite thing about them, and I love that Pretty Deadly like uses it too.
And I just love Wade Barrett, how much he puts over how pretty they are. Like, just it makes. I don't like commentary in general, but I will listen
from a commentator that's fucking hilarious. But
I know.
Again, it proves the point because it's you.
No,
you don't like you.
I don't like myself. I mean, that's a mental issue for me. But nobody likes me. But that's beside the point. But no, I think the commentary in general sucks. But when Wade Barrett kind of starts to like pick a side, I'm in. Like, but when Booker T does it on NXT, I'm just like, this guy flip-flops between babyface and heel commentary. I can't stand Booker T. And then Kevin Patrick over there.
If you had to be locked in a room with one person and they commentated the rest of your existence, would you rather have it be Jerry the King Lawler or Booker T?
Oh, King every single time. No doubt.
He'd probably try to fuck you after an hour.
Shamer. I'm way older than he needs. Nestle Shamer.
More about him than you, buddy.
West Boylston residents like you, Nestle. Thank you. They like me. They don't love me, but they like me. They tolerate me. Really, that's what it is.
Is Joe speaking for all of West Boylston? Because I guarantee you, if we went there and did Man on the Streets and showed them you, not everyone in West Boylston would like you.
I think I have a likable quality I'm like maybe every couple of months.
But here's the problem. Even if someone did start to like you, you'd open your mouth and you'd say something.
I will say my wife does make a joke.
Someone would compliment you and you would insult them by mistake. Well, not by mistake, but like you would. You just wouldn't be able to help
my wife says there is a trait that I have that apparently, like, the joke is like the Nestle trait is foot in mouth. That's what she tells me every single time without fail. So there it is. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. What were we talking about? Oh, Pretty Deadly.
It doesn't matter. But my biggest gripe with SmackDown this week, when I was trying to watch it, it felt like the OG, how these shows used to be. It felt like a fucking clip show. Literally between every segment, there were just lawn packages and there were recaps. And I'm just watching this. I'm like, the flow of this show is being hurt because I'm like, there's some good things that happen on SmackDown, but I don't know how if people watch this shit live, how you fucking do it, because at least I can fast forward it. But the amount of times in that first hour that I had to fast forward a package or a recap, I was losing my goddamn mind. My finger almost fell off. You know how many times you have to click to get 32x? I thought it's something they had gotten away from. They obviously still do a lot of recaps or whatever, but it was so over the top in that first hour. I was like, you know what? Fuck you. You have a 2-hour show, which means you have less time to highlight the talent on your roster. There's a lot of new talent on your roster to be highlighted. I don't need all these goddamn recaps and packages. Cut the shit.
You're very angry. Very angry.
Someone stole my chair today, okay?
Somebody stole my chair.
You're lucky you're not them because you wouldn't be standing.
Oof. I don't even want to know what happens when you end up finding the culprit that took your chair.
I have a suspect.
I know we have theories. See. Detective Nestle's
the next time I go in that office, if my chair is switched out again, there are going to be problems. And like I said, Dr. Doc is going to be writing me a note.
What you should do is put a camera in there to figure out who it is.
Oh no, I'm gonna put a sign on the chair and label it the number of my room. I'm going to say, does not leave. And if someone takes off the paper, I'll write it on the goddamn chair. I'm not afraid to do it. Not afraid to mark my territory, much like Roman Reigns marked his territory, the big dog on the title.
There it is. What a segue. All right, moving on. We're gonna JCTV this. All right. So anyway, moving on very quickly. We're gonna rapid fire unless we have other things we want to talk about here.
Let's do it.
Hit row, jobber alert, OC wins. Does anybody fucking care? No.
I like the online promo that they did, but that was it.
Okay. So very quickly, I got a text from our boy Dom. Hopefully he's still watching. I know he's probably in and out of this, but he made a comment to me about how he felt like them talking about backstage, the OC. He was like, this could have been anywhere. Why do they always have backstage promos like next to bleachers or next to a hallway?
The diss track they did on Twitter. If you want to air something like a clip, instead of a fucking bullshit recap, air that fucking 45 to minute fucking diss track. That will get Hit Row more over than any other bullshit they do because it literally represents what they are as characters. And even if you don't think the rap is good, the insults are good. I am stealing mid-chin from them. Every time we talk about Mia Yim, I will refer to her as mid-chin. Not as an insult, but because it is a really good fucking nickname they came up with. And that's the type of shit they should be doing with this group on TV. It's what they did in NXT, and it's why they got over.
They were in a casino. They could have been anywhere else. Dom really, this is Dom's planting his flag in the sand here. Like he got really peeved about this for some reason, and he has every right to be. There was a jobber alert. So another jobber alert was Zelina Vega beating Lacey, trying to do her best Sergeant Slaughter. Thanks for coming.
Pissed off her daughter on Twitter too.
Yeah, well, that's
his daughter.
Well, whatever. Who gives a shit about Lacey Evans? She might as well be just sweeping the floors.
She'd sweep the floor with you if you two ever met.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that at all, but that's just
Kick
me.
The shit out of me too. I'd be the mid chin.
I'm just saying. I mean, at ease, soldier. Soldier. So that's pretty much it. Moving on to Raw. I am curious how you feel about Seth Rollins in the main event against Damian Priest with the whole making fun of Finn. Finn kind of gets involved. It seems like we're headed to Finn and Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. It seems a little bit convoluted because someone put this out here, and I think it's a great discussional piece, and everybody in the chat can please chime in here. I don't think Damian Priest should be out of the Judgment Day. I don't think Finn Balor should be out of the Judgment Day. But
so what the fuck are we doing?
What are we doing, right?
That's the reason why I didn't bring this up earlier. I had no issues with the match. I'm glad Priest got the spot. Seth is going to be a fighting champion, which I agree with. It's going to take me a while to care about that title, but it's not that they're not doing great work. I think this was the right choice. Him and Finn at Money in the Bank is the right choice, but I noticed that same stuff too, and they made it very obvious by the end of the show, but what is their plan with this? Because you're finally like Damian Priest, they did such a good job when he came up, and then he got ice fucking cold. And then at Judgment Day, he's heated back up, and we got him back to this character, and it fucking works. This group works. I know for the most part, Rhea and Dom do their own thing, but Finn and Priest are both better right now in the group. So it's just weird to me. It's like, what is your plan to break away Priest to make him a babyface? That ain't gonna work, man. He's not a natural babyface. Like when he's a babyface, it's because he was such a good heel, and then he just turns into a badass. Like he's one of those type of characters. So that's why I agree. This deserves to be in the heat because I don't understand why this was needed. Maybe it's a trick. I highly doubt it, but I didn't like it.
At another point, Danny, get your thumbs and fingers ready for shaming. If you take the one fucking dude out there that's above 6 feet tall, the Judgment Day looks like a fucking bunch of just regular dudes. He's the fucking muscle. He's the fucking heavy. He's the fucking Judgment Day. He's the punishment of the Judgment Day. If you have Finn, the fucking, Ricky Ricardo over there, fucking mommy, and then if they get JD, which is fine. But again, like, why would anybody fucking care about that when he's the fucking guy that beats everybody up? That's what I'm concerned about here. And like you said, he just talks with that deep voice, like, all right. So, like, I can't even get that deep. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a baby. Of course not. I haven't hit puberty yet. Don't worry, Doc. I saved you the time. I didn't hit puberty. But the thing is, I just feel like Judgment Day's kind of, like, found their footing, and now they're just ripping them apart, and I don't get it. Like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense to me at all. Unless somehow Priest somehow gets put into Money in the Bank and fucking becomes something later down and wins, and then you know what I mean? Like, I don't get it.
I don't think we're going. It feels weird because the Judgment Day hasn't been around any of these qualifying matches, And obviously, if Finn's taking Seth, it feels like they all might get left out, which is weird. I would much prefer Dom be in there, if anyone, but I think Priest is deserving as well. But I don't know. I just think it's weird because this group has been so good. They do run Monday Night Raw, like they say, like they are one of the centerpieces of that show. So I don't like it. I don't like it. I hope they don't go through with it.
And very quickly, don't you feel like JD is a downgrade from him though? Right now.
Yeah,
right
no,
now.
JD's not an enforcer. Like you bring him in for a different reason. Like, you know what I mean? Because you bring him in to be like, he's not your enforcer, but he's the
like
guy
Butch. He's like Butch.
Yeah, but he's not like hokey. He'll do fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Like he's like the guy that can pull the strings. And he's the guy that eventually could be the one that could like be evil to Balor or something and get it. You know what I mean? He's the guy that would
he could be a leader, but he can't be the fucking muscle.
He's not the fucking muscle because you're the size shamer, but even I can see it. That type of guy is not a fucking Punisher.
He's got short forearms. What can I say? It's the thing. Anywho, I just wanted to bring that up because I think the Judgment Day has been doing great work. And I feel like when I saw that, I went, like, I actually screamed, yes, Finn did train him. They're very, very close. I think the joke was that he was mini Balor was what Balor used to call him.
That's what you used to call him.
Well, Balor called him that, I think, first, but that's fine. That's beside the point.
And that's what got him on my radar. And then I watched him and I liked him more and more I saw him.
But why would Finn bring out his stunt double? That's a good question. That's a good question, Joe. I think that there's something there to be like, you know, if you come under my learning tree, you can end up being where you want to be, and then I can see the turn happening, like on those two, because I'm assuming those two want to fight each other in the WWE because I don't think they've done it more than once. I think it only happened once at a UK pay-per-view. That was it. So
yeah, that did actually happen. You're right.
I think it was like an open challenge thing. Like I remember that and like marking out for that. So I think that's a big deal. But I think that that's where you would be headed, right? But Finn Balor, everybody is universally loved. I don't think JD would ever be able to be an everybody loves babyface. There's something about him that doesn't seem likable. But Finn Balor, I mean, just he can smile at you and you just melt. So I mean, you know,
he doesn't have to smile. He just takes off his shirt and you look at those fucking abs. The only man that is more impressive when they take off their shirt
is me. I know. Thank you.
Ludwig Kaiser. It's always Tiffy time for him too, which you saw her on the boat this week. Whew. I mean, I always say that she's a lucky man, but he's kind of lucky too. So,
well, he's not wearing a turtleneck this week, as we said in the promo, but that's beside the point. All right. Anyway, we're in the heat. Let me make sure we didn't miss anything here.
Indusher destroyed my boys, and I'm not happy about it.
Indusher's beat up the Hurt Business. It is what it is.
They hurt the Hurt Business so bad that they called the match because Cedric Alexander couldn't stop coughing. Fuck off. What is this shit? Get out of here. Nonsense.
Couldn't stop coughing.
Absolute fucking nonsense of a fucking finish.
Corey Donahue says, when do you think we'll get Rikishi to come back for a nice stink face? I don't
That's what would take a stink face and he'd like it.
Well, from a certain person maybe, but not Rikishi. Anywho, I don't think the stink face can happen in the bloodline because it's comedy. And I don't think the bloodline is comedy. It's drama. I would love to see Roman Reigns get a stink face, but I just don't see that happening. Maybe if Heyman got it. That's the only way it would happen.
Oh, that was my biggest heat on Raw. Why do we have to keep dragging out the fucking Heyman on Raw? He's not on that fucking show. You said that SmackDown drafted Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman.
Not as easy, is it?
To SmackDown. Get him the fuck off Raw. Enough. Show some respect to the brand police.
Joe, no, you can't have him to do it to Roman because if he does it to Roman, you idiot.
Know what? Let's go to the hope. Glorious! You are my only hope. Here's my hope. I want Rikishi to stink face Roman Reigns. And then I want the Usos to super kick him into the corner again and Rikishi to stink face him again. And then I want Solo Sikoa to drop his fucking drawers and stink face him as well. I want the Usos to then stink face Roman Reigns. Then I want them to pull down Paul Heyman's pants, pick him up, and forcibly make him stink face Roman Reigns. Hashtag JC knows. Hashtag JC's hopes come true. Hashtag suck it Nestle. We're getting the stink face.
Why is it me? Why did you have to bang it over to me? Like, I don't get it. I didn't do anything.
That's a pretty good hope that I thought of like days ago.
You took the hope from everybody else in the chat is what you did.
No, I took their hope.
It's really everybody's hope.
Made it an official hope.
Corey said it. Joe said it. Of course, your boy Bertsky started laughing. Everybody. Hashtag right here. Hashtag StinkFateGate. Thank you. Appreciate it. But no, I mean, look, like This is it. This is the stuff that drives me fucking nuts because the stink face is a comedy act. You can't now if he goes, I did it for the elders, like whatever, that's fine.
Well, here's the thing, Nestlemania. Let me ask you this: if a man the size of Rikishi wearing a thong sat on your face and shook, would you think it was very funny, or would you be like so much in shock that you would get pinned for the 1, 2, 3?
Here's my other thing.
I'm gonna go with that. You would go into shock and be pinned for the 1, 2, 3, because much like Cody Rhodes's broken arm pain made him pass out, you would pass out from the stink face. So suck on it.
First off, here's something that nobody in this chat even thought about. It can't be Roman Reigns versus Rikishi after that, because that's where the fucking feud would be. Because he would have to get his shit back, and Roman Reigns is not going to fight Rikishi for the belt, is he? Is he?
Hey, you know what?
In 2023,
you know what?
Nobody wants to see that.
Here's the thing.
It's a bad idea.
You know what else is human waste besides piss?
Shit.
So guess what can go on that belt? Because guess what it is? It's already a piece of shit. You might as well wipe some Rikishi butt on it too.
I don't like that at all. I think as funny as that is, if it was Heyman getting it, I'm fine. Anybody else, it makes everybody look like shit. No pun intended. Like it really does make everybody terrible. All right.
I think you're just a hater.
I think you're a hater and a lazy hoper is what you are.
That was probably the best hope on this program today. Because let's hear yours. I bet it's absolute hot garbage.
Well, last week you took your earmuffs off, so if you want to take,
if you talk about Zoe Stark, the earmuffs are going.
I didn't even
again.
put Zoe Stark in the heat. How about that? We didn't even. She got.
Oh yeah, there you go. Another heat. Fucking.
There you go.
I mean, here's the thing though. Is it really heat though? If she beat Natalia, which one would you rather have in the match? I don't know.
Zoe Stark.
I'll give Guthrie this one. So there you go, Guthrie. She wasn't in the shine. She wasn't.
She is the front runner to win Money in the Bank right now, based on everybody involved. I will tell you that much, right? In my mind. Your patented stare double blink is what I live for.
Let's go over the people in that match.
Zelina Vega, not happening.
Who's the other person in
Becky
that match?
Lynch? No. If Becky
what has
Lynch
Becky Lynch never done?
Cashed in and Money in the Bank. Okay.
Thank you. So there you go. There's your front runner. Zoe Stark, sure, she can be number 2.
No, she's winning that damn thing. She's winning that damn thing. Unless that crowd fucking needs to fucking yell, oh, when she wins a fucking briefcase. Ooh, okay.
The only way I would like it if she won it is if she handed it to Trish and Trish cashed in.
That's fine. If you had listened last week, that was part of it, but that's fine. It's fine.
I mean, there was no chance I was
the
listening
minute
to
I said the minute
Zoe
I said
goddamn fucking El Generico Stark.
The minute I said Zoe Stark is the minute you fell asleep. It was like it was like a hypnotizing thing. It was like sleep. I said Zoe Stark, you fell asleep. So there you go.
What do you think I do every night before bed?
You watch Zoe Stark matches?
I put on a Zoe Stark promo and I'm out instantly.
Well, you don't have to worry about it now because Trish is there. So now you're conflicted. Your body, well, part of your body is conflicted anyway.
I'm gonna fall asleep going, whoa, it's like rock and roll.
Did you notice
me in my hole? Whoa.
You don't know any of the lyrics, by the way. I had one of my friends.
I know the lyrics to any song.
No, I had one of my friends.
Lyrics like 4 songs.
I had one of my friends, a good friend of the show, Adam. He, not me, another one. He texted me and said, "There's more Adams." Yes, he texted me and he said, "Does JC know the lyrics to RVD's One of a Kind?" Because you were like, "Get in the game," and he was like, "I think he meant One of a Kind," and I was like, "Yeah, Josh."
I probably said, "Play in the game."
That's what you said. That's not it. That's not it.
I don't know the fucking words.
It's one of a kind.
As we know, when I sing songs, I make up my own words because my words are probably better and it's easier than actually remembering them.
There's plenty of Adams. Did you know Adam was the first person on Earth? There you go. Little known fact. There's famous Adams.
There's Adam or the Eve. I'm going with Eve because she was probably definitely way cooler than Adam.
Well, she was a woman, so yeah, you're much more into women. That's okay. That's all right. You're a man shamer. That's okay. That's fine.
No,
you're an Adam
shamer.
shamer. You're an Adam shamer.
I think we all are.
I think so.
You're even an Adam shamer. We discussed this earlier.
Here's the thing. I would say if you want to make an Adam shamer shirt, that's fine. That's fine. I'll do that. Just don't put my last name on something. That's all I ask. Okay. I have a family to uphold here. Their name's
not Adam.
No, Adam shamer. Sure, you can do whatever you want.
You know what the best part? Do you know what Bertsky's first name is?
Adam.
Yep.
Yeah. There's more Adams.
I know. I'm just saying.
Sure. I'm just saying.
He has bad taste in foods. You have bad taste in everything. So at least Bertsky has that on you.
Listen, I will say this much. I will defend Bertsky. Every time he's in the chat, he's done nothing but nice things for us.
Did you see what Danny just announced?
What did it? Did Eve say who the fuck is Adam?
Bravo, Danny. Bravo. She said, "Who the fuck is Adam?" when she was banging the other guy.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Who the fuck is Bertsky? Anyway, My comeback, right? That's what I got. Yeah, shit. All right.
No, you have a hope.
Hope. See, now you got me all fucking flustered. That's really hard to do. All right. So anyway, my hope. Yes. Sorry, it took me a second here. So here we go. Word on the street is, folks, that there is Bray Wyatt coming back to WWE TV. So it had me thinking
about this.
Put on the old detective hat. I don't have the music nor a hat. I should probably go buy a hat that's a detective hat. Maybe a fedora.
Monocle.
I'm not the Monopoly guy.
You could be.
No, I think I couldn't grow a handlebar mustache. We've talked about me not growing facial hair.
Yeah, but you can easily get a fake one of those. I can buy you one tomorrow.
Listen, if I started getting fake facial hair, all I need is Joe in the chat telling me, oh, why don't you grow some fake hair on top too with Rogaine? It'll be a whole thing. I don't want to deal with it.
Does Rogaine work on facial hair? Maybe you should try that.
Maybe I should. I don't know. I think there's a thing where you need to like put a brush and a whole thing. My wife doesn't like facial hair anyway, so I will forever be clean shaven. It's fine.
She might not. Even if she did like facial hair, she probably definitely doesn't like your patchy facial hair.
No, she doesn't like facial hair in general, but that's fine. Joe said, waiting for Nestle's hope to put me to sleep. Nighty night. Joe, you know what? I'm going to stall.
Oh, no, here's the thing. Nestle's hope. Hashtag where dreams come true. Get it? Because we're all fucking asleep.
You can borrow Scotty 2 Hottie's hat. You know what, Corey? You're right, because here's the thing. I could probably spike up my hair real high and get the fucking Scotty 2 Hottie thing. If someone gets me a bucket hat, I'll do it. I'll do it on this program. All right? Cut off the top of the bucket hat. I'll do it. For the views. Mrs. Nestle, facial. You leave my wife alone. She's a lovely human being. All right? We have one rule in this program. I don't talk about your wife. Knock it off, all right? She's lovely. Anyway.
It's just James' facial hair. That's fine.
She doesn't like my facial hair. That's true. Nobody likes my facial hair. It's patchy. Anyway, can I get to my hope, please? Jesus Christ.
I'm waiting.
All right. So anyway, Bray Wyatt's coming back, supposedly. So it had me thinking. And then I watched SmackDown and I went, oh boy, now I have an idea. They showed a promo for the Unholy Union. Those two women from NXT, the Voodoo Bitches. So the Voodoo Bitches, if you look closely in their promo, there's actually a great Twitter picture. I got to find it and put it out because it's wonderful. They have the same images that they had for a Bray Wyatt promo, and they reused them for the Unholy Union. What I'd love to see here is for the Voodoo ladies to be doing some type of, voodoo nonsense, and they resurrect the Fiend, and we get the Fiend back because the Voodoo Bitches become part of his fucking Wyatt 6 stable or whatever. And we get this awesome supernatural stable that will work, but it has to be with the Fiend, and they have to resurrect the Fiend because he's a moneymaker and he's the best character that he ever had in his life. And I have to watch fucking Mr. Rogers, fucking Bray Wyatt in a Firefly Funhouse without any type of Fiend. I'm gonna bang my head against the goddamn wall. That's it. But if they conjure up the fucking Fiend who's supposed to be dead with that Unholy Union, and if you look, the way they write their name too is similar to the font of Bray Wyatt, I'm fucking
I think they're just lazy.
Let's do it. Well, probably, but seriously, I think this is gonna work. Listen, they haven't done anything anyway, so what are they waiting for?
No, I know, but here's my problem with it, because I really like the idea. I think it's a good idea. Good job. But what I don't like is that, here's the thing, and I mostly like Bray Wyatt, but he does have this thing that's called Bray Wyatt stink, where I'm scared that they get stuck with the Bray Wyatt stink on them. And I really like Bray Wyatt, but as we've seen, a lot of things that he touches, like with that type of character, can be really fun in the moment, but it always leaves a stink. And I don't want him to leave a stink on my girls, especially not Isla.
You love them redheads. What can I say?
I mean, she's great. I'm just saying.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying.
She's great.
Yeah, I'm banging my head against Rikishi's booty cheeks. Thanks. That's disgusting. I did not need that visual. I really appreciate that, Corey. You're kind of. Are you okay? Like, is there something wrong that you're fascinated by his booty cheeks? I don't know. Maybe I just have a face that just should be smushed into an ass. Is that what you're telling me? I don't know.
I mean, I think we're just saying that maybe your face looks like Rikishi's booty cheeks.
Okay.
They got that jiggle.
Wait, what can you confirm, Bertsky? I don't understand. What can you confirm? That my face looks like it should be smushed by a butt? Is that what you're trying? Like, I'm confused. I want more. I want to know. Type in the chat.
I don't want to hear anything about Nestle and his butt.
Oh, Isla. No, yes, Isla Dawn. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the comeback, shall we?
You go first, because mine, I guess, can be a transition piece. So
I'm gonna give my comeback to one pew 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 Ricochet from changing his hometown from Paducah, Kentucky.
Paducah.
He's taking a
I know what you're
Paducah.
going for, but I'm not going to let you disrespect the great city of Paducah, Kentucky.
Paducah. He took a Paducah and he now changed it to Las Vegas, Nevada, which is a grown-up big boy pants town. And I'm excited because him and Sam probably moved there, so I no longer have to hear fucking
Sam's
G
from
golly
here, baby.
gosh.
She's a Boston girl.
Well, I'm saying they probably moved to LA because they're getting married and such.
Well,
But
then why would you say he's from Vegas if you moved to LA?
did they move to LA? I don't know.
That's what you just said.
No, I'm saying
I'm trying to keep up with you having trouble today, Mr. Katana and Chance.
Chance Katana, Chance Boardwalk Cafe. I don't know. Railroads. It's a Monopoly night. We've talked about the monocle. It's a whole thing. Anyway, yes, I am excited for this because I thought Ricochet had his big boy pants on. He fucking had a fun match against Nakamura. The Paducah is no longer a thing. I'm excited. No longer Paducahs. No problem with.
It's also, because I know we kind of discussed this in the thread, but this isn't that new. They've been doing it for a little bit now.
No, I know, but it's the first time I caught it because I actually forgot to hit fast forward.
What does Mr. Detail Oriented do?
I fast forward
the details,
the entrances.
Yeah, the details. Here's the thing. The most important character work.
Oh my god,
that happens before they get in the wrestling ring.
Let me tell you right now. 99.9% of the time, the entrance could be cut from any week. It's the same thing. Same thing every week. It's the same fucking entrance every week. No,
absolutely incorrect.
No, I will stand on this.
You are fake news. You are sad. I will not hear it. And I'm going to go to my comeback because
which you don't have because you're lazy.
No, my comeback was great. My comeback is going to Will motherfucking Ospreay, bruv. Because you know why, Nestlemania? Will Ospreay is fucking amazing. He's a stud. As a lifelong Will Ospreay fan, starting last year, I think that he deserves the world. He's fighting Kenny Omega at the door of Forbiddens. And you know what? I fucking shadow over this stupid pay-per-view last year. I really, really want to do it again this year. But then you go and you book Will Ospreay as one of the main matches, bruv, and I can't do it. And you know what, Nestlemania? I want you to share your developing opinion on Will Ospreay because it's probably the first time I've ever liked you.
Jesus Christ. We've known each other for how long? Good God.
Too long.
I think almost 14 years. No, it can't be 14. Can it? I think we're close. 10, 15?
I don't know. We both started in 2011 at that place.
Did we? 2011?
Yeah.
I can't do math. What is that? 12 years? 12 years.
Too many years.
Too many years. We've been friends for 12 years. Well, we've been workplace acquaintances for a very long time.
It took me 12 years to respect you.
Well, let's hold out hope for that one.
But yeah, no, please share your opinion on Will Ospreay.
So Will Ospreay had a promo about Canada, which to me might have tipped the scales. I think that he said, Kenny Omega, asshole, Jericho, asshole, Bret Hart, miserable human being who always complains, and I fucking spit out my water, and I went like, I gotta like this guy now. Like that was such a low-hanging fruit, but it fucking made me laugh so fucking hard, and I'm like, here's this guy who looks like the donkey from Shrek, but god damn it, can he wrestle? Like, he is so fucking great. So he turned me with that fucking promo. I think I'm gonna hitch my wagon to him now. Not saying he's the dreaded curse, but
you can't curse him. He's too fucking good. And Dom and I and fucking Conway, we're all way too attached to him that your curse stank is not going to enter him because we are so fucking attached to him.
The Billy Goat,
bruv.
The Billy Goat, bruv. So if he doesn't beat Omega, it's a fucking crime. That's what I'll say right now.
Let's be honest. They call it Forbidden Door, but it's an AEW show. I think he'd be fine with a loss to Omega. It's Omega, but I would love if fucking that stupid thumb cost him or some shit and Ospreay get the win. But you know what? Our boy Dummy Fed, you follow him on Twitter. He put out a poll of what should main event, and I, without any, voted for this match because I know Bryan Danielson and Okada's a dream match. But here's the thing: I don't care as much as I do about this match. So you know what? Hashtag my main event is Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega. I know it's not going to main event, but in my heart, in my mind, in the world of JC, it'll main event.
May I make a cold take?
Oh, I mean, have you listened to this podcast ever? Because if you did, that's all that comes out of your mouth.
Thank you. So I don't think Bryan Danielson versus Okada will be that good. I really don't.
Thank you. It can't be that good.
I don't think
people have too much high expectations for it.
I don't think it's going to meet the expectations that everybody wants. They're going to say it did, but if you ask somebody individually, they'll all be disappointed. There's no way they will live up to the hype of this matchup.
My
There's
biggest
too
issue with
much
the
wrong with
match,
it.
there's no story, and there won't
No,
be a
of course
story.
not.
Like they're gonna fabricate one and whatever. And you can say matches like that don't need stories. Well, you know what makes a good match a great match, and a great match an awesome match, and an awesome match a fucking match of the year? It's adding a fucking story, and they don't have it. So whatever. You can be like, it was a technical masterpiece. Oh, mom, meatloaf masterpiece. But get the fuck out of here.
I guess I pissed off
agree.
Dom. He said Danielson and Okada will not allow that. I upset him so much. No, look, I love Bryan Danielson. I like Okada an awful lot, but to me,
they're very good. But no, I agree with what you're saying.
It's
I'm obviously
not going to be
extreme,
there.
but I agree with what you're saying, because when you have matches like this, it's like they're too hyped in the mind. And the people, like you said, who thought it was going to be great, probably just going to say it's great. But for those of us that are very unbiased about everything, not everything, but in this particular case, I will be unbiased. I bet it won't live up. It'll probably be very good.
We know
a match like this shouldn't be very good.
We know Uncle Dave will fucking make it 7 stars. That's arbitrary at best. But what I would say is, if this main events, then that's it. Like, where's the fucking IWGP championship? Where's the AW championship on here? Like,
who is the IWGP champion right now?
I'm gonna go to the chat because I forget, to be honest. I thought it was fucking Osprey, but it's not. Like, I don't know.
No, Osprey's, they only give him the mid titles.
No, he break his neck or somebody, like Sonata. Okay. So.
Oh, so that, I mean, I guess they could do Sonata versus like Punk or Mox or Heyman or something.
So here's the thing. Yeah. If we don't know who Sonata is on a global scale,
I've heard of him.
MJF is right. New Japan is an indie fed. Like, it is, because I don't know who have. Like,
here's the thing. It's what is the name of the promotion? Can you tell me the name of the promotion?
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Where do we live?
We live in America.
Okay, so
let me ask this.
Just because it is an indie fed to us here in America, as Danny and I have been trying to tell you, there's a whole rest of the world in Nestlemania. You don't have to shame all of it.
I will say this much. He's not I agree with Dom. Not great timing to pull that move with him, because you need somebody that's a global icon like an Okada, like a Muda, like, all these, Taka. I was gonna say Tanahashi, but I don't know. He probably will go against Punk or something. It'll be fucking great. But like, Takeshita has to fucking be, somewhere in this. Like, it's just,
he's fighting Ibushi.
Well, whatever. But like,
that's what they've literally been teasing it. Even I can figure that out.
It's just there's so much about it that makes me go like, it'll be cool. But here's the thing:
one match sells this pay-per-view, and it is fucking Osprey and Omega. Yes. Can
I just for 1 minute, take yourself out of being a hardcore wrestling fan for just 1 second here. If you like the same thing over and over and over and over again, then Forbidden Door's for you. But for me, for somebody like me, I need variety. I need a spice of life when I'm watching my wrestling. I need a little comedy. I need a little drama. I need a little wrestling. I need a little everything. If I'm watching Forbidden Door, it's going to be fucking strong style, strong style, strong style, strong style, strong style, chop, 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 chop.
That's why I'm not going to watch it. But here's the thing. You're talking about how much you like variety, but you skip the details. So just keep that in mind. Big old finish.
Big old finish.
Big old finish. We were talking about AEW, so you might as well go there. We have a Dynamite tomorrow night, Wednesday. We have Ricky Starks finally taking on Jay White, because Jay White, not good enough to have a singles match on pay-per-view. Real good, nice signing you have there, Tony Midcon. Then we have, this could be the end Nestlemania, but this is the guy that I'd be okay with him beating or winning the title. The international title is on the line between Orange Cassidy and Swerve Strickland. I don't want the Orange Cassidy Express to come off the tracks just yet, but like I just said there, Swerve Strickland would be on that list because I think he's doing great work, mostly unnoticed because it's on fucking Rampage.
I think it's Swerve's time. Orange Cassidy can go do other things.
Oh yeah, I mean he is a title by himself.
So somebody made this comparison, and I forget who it was, but it was on Twitter, and I'm just curious because of your shaming of this person, and I'm curious how you would laugh or not about this. They said Orange Cassidy and The Undertaker great workers with outlandish gimmicks. And I was just like, I immediately thought of you. I was just like, what is my face is gonna melt? But okay. Okay.
I mean, honestly, the
was a
statement
legitimate
made comparing them is not wrong. I understand why it would get people mad, but that statement, there is nothing incorrect about it. The statement is true.
Okay, I just wanted to make
They
sure.
share that in common.
It's outstanding.
One's also a legend and an icon, and the other's,
Mark Calloway. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the guy who's too busy.
Just said the other one's Beta Michelle McCool.
Well, nobody cares about her. Anyway, let's. Anything else on AEW? Let's get over.
Yeah, this is one I know you'll like. Jungle Hook is taking on Preston Vance and Dralistico, and then we have the Big Black Cocks taking on the Best Friends with Rocky Romero.
I think the Big Black Cocks are, after they get through the Elite thing, we're headed to Big Black Cocks winning the 6-man title from fucking House of Black, and nobody will care. Not one fucking person.
Sorry, you put me to sleep.
Yep. AEW was actually pretty good a couple weeks ago. Then it just kind of ebbs and flows. His major announcement, main event, going to be CM Punk versus Samoa Joe? Because that's what I would think.
Sorry, you put me to sleep with that too. Here's the thing. I'm okay with Punk coming back. I'm one of those guys, you know what? There's going to be a lot of wrestling. You have a new show. You should probably have one of the biggest draws ever in wrestling. One of a guy that, especially for you in AEW, and you know what? It's in his hometown, but I know he wants to fucking wrestle Samoa Joe, but does anyone else want to see a fucking past his prime CM Punk wrestle a fucking snoozer with a guy who might break his fucking neck? Come on.
I thought you were going to shame him. You kind of did, though, Samoa Joe.
I shamed the shit out of both of them. And look, like I said,
where's Danny?
I love Samoa Joe. I love Samoa Joe until that goddamn bell rings.
I'm waiting for Danny to shame you, but he's not going to do it.
No, because you're shaming.
This is
you are a shame shamer.
This guy right here, he has a conspiracy against me. That's all he is. He's coming out every time in the chat shaming me, but he's not shaming you. I want an equal opportunity shamer. Daniel, if you don't do that, I'm flying across the pond. We're going to have our own Forbidden Door.
You are definitely not. NXT is going on as we speak, but I saw the Cavender twins are, teasing that they might be on tonight. I doubt it, but they signed those NIL deals. The Backcracker loves the Cavender twins. Nestle probably doesn't know who they are, but they're pretty.
They're Bella Light.
Famous. Yeah, I mean they're
volleyball.
They're already
babies,
bigger.
Right?
There are more people, I guarantee you, more people probably already know who the fucking Cavender twins are than the Bellas, because that's how social media works nowadays. But SmackDown, we got a preview because I actually have a lot of shit announced. We have it's funny because this guy's also in NXT, but we have Corbin versus Butch apparently. Mustafa Ali is taking on Santos Escobar. I believe that is a qualifier. I think Corbin Butch is a qualifier as well. Those are 2 Money in the Bank qualifiers. We have Mid Chin taking on Bailey and Io Sky taking on Shotzi.
So is Corbin and Ali winning, in your opinion?
I think it's going to be Butch and Santos because I think Triple H is really flexing his jerk off, his cock with a lot of what he's pushing right now.
In the middle of the ring. Yeah. All right. And then the other two?
Bailey and Io would make sense, but I could see them going Bailey and Shotzi just to continue this Io.
No, it's got to be Io. And then who's Bailey against?
It's Bailey and Mid Chin. You putting Mid Chin in the ladder match?
No, the UK crowd loves Bailey. They're both getting in.
Yeah,
that's it.
They should.
Anyway, is Corbin wrestling in shorts? Is that what you just said on NXT?
I mean, I'm probably going to turn that on when we get off the air here. So,
well, yeah, because Corbin's must see TV, right? So,
absolutely, and I mean, it's probably going to be some Tiffy time. I love NXT. NXT is my favorite show of the week. They can take off some of my favorite characters. It's still my favorite show of the week because, God damn it, Nestlemania. I know people like to argue about Tony Khan and Triple H, but the best booker the last 2 years is fucking the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn goddamn Michaels. He was better than Brett back then. He's better than Brett now. And that's all I got to say because you know what? I would love to see Will Ospreay come out to fucking Sexy Boy.
What did that have to do with anything?
I don't know, but it's true.
Like, what? I can't with you. Like the Sexy Boy thing. Too much.
I'm not
too much.
Boy toy. Bruv toy.
He looks like a donkey. I don't know. I can't fucking whatever. Anywho, anything else you want to wrap this shit up?
Let's fucking wrap it up.
All right. Well, we appreciate everybody in the chat watching live or whatever you're doing here and listening to the Jobber Knocker. We'll be back next week with more Jobber Knockery.
And stink faces.